Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Animated Alex here. Last video I did on Learning Basic, I showed you how to move a ball around the screen and how to make it bounce. We ended up doing a game. I'm going to do something similar with this video. I'm going to stick to the theme of animation and I'm going to make a bird fly. Okay, so I've already put the user-defined graphics on the screen there, and I'm going to quickly just go through this just in case you're unfamiliar. There is a video on my channel that explains a bit more in depth on user-defined graphics, but the sound isn't very good on that video. It's from the early days when I first started out. So anyway, I'm just going to go quickly through this. So line 510. We've got the start of a for next loop going on. So we've got for g equals 0 to 15. Now that is referring to lines 550 and 560. 0 to 15. We've got two data statements there. That means we've got two user-defined graphics because it's an 8 by 8 graphic bit box. Okay, so we've got 8 numbers in each data statement, 8 segments, I should say, not numbers. See, we've got 8 segments of numbers. So that makes up our 8-bit box. Okay, so that's why we've got this 510, 0 to 15, because we've got two user-defined graphics. So 8 times 8 is 16. Now we're going from 0, so it's 0 to 15. Hope that makes sense. And then line 520, we've got read data. So we're asking it to read that data. You don't have to put the word dat. I just like to put dat in reference to data so I know what it's doing. And then I'm assigning it, I'm poking that into the memory to start from the letter A plus G, because that's where our for next loop starts. So it's going to do that 16 times. Reading the data, read dat, to create those user-defined graphics. And obviously 540, we've just got the next G there, so it actually does it. It does the for next loop. So I hope that makes sense. So this is the package I like to use to work out my graphics. It was created by Big Bad Mick 2000. And I found it on the internet and it's downloadable and it's free to download. So yeah, that is what I use. You basically fill in your 8-bit box and it calculates it for you. And then you've got the data statement down the bottom. And then I basically take those numbers and then put it into the spectrum. There are other ways. Obviously, the calculations of doing all that, if you want to do it the old-fashioned way with the graph paper and everything, there is a video, like I said, on my channel, which goes into it a little bit, not too much depth, but I do touch on it a little bit because there are other videos on YouTube that cover it in a lot more depth than I do. But I just want simple, quick, and just want to get it done. So that's why I use this package. So as you can see on the screen at the moment, that is the bird graphic for when his wings are down. And on the screen now is when his wings are open. Okay, and the data numbers for that are printed down at the bottom there in the data highlighted piece there, and then I take that and obviously stick that on the spectrum as well, and that's how I got those numbers. Now I want to show you how to create movement to animate those two bits of datas together so we can create our bird flying. Right, so 30. We're going to go for another loop. So for C equals 0 to 31. So line 40, we'll make our bird make a sound as it's flying. So we'll just put a simple little sound in there. Line 50. Now this is where the animation starts. This is where we tell the wings to be open or to be closed. So line 50, if C divided by 2 equals int, divided by 2, close bracket, then print at 4, comma C, and we'll put our graphic for our wings open there. Close that again. I'm just going to pull that one down to make the programming a little bit more quicker to do. 60, because this is where we want the wings to shut, and I'll explain this little bit of programming in a minute. Just want to get it all in there. So more or less. So basically what this is doing is it's determining whether or not it's an odd or even number. So as the bird is moving, whoops, I didn't change the graphic to the closed wings. So as the bird is moving, it will and it goes past an odd or an even number, it will change the graphic. So line 70, print at 4, comma C, and we do our space so that it deletes the bird as it's moving. Okay, and then 80, obviously we've got to return that loop, so get that loop working, next C. So hopefully when I run this, nothing will happen because I haven't put a return in there. Okay, like I said, when I'm doing these videos, I do them basically, I'm doing them live because I don't do a lot of editing. I try and do them as much live material as I can so that you can see the mistakes, because if you're a programming like I am, you're going to do the same things, you're going to make the mistakes. So anyway, I should have put a return in there, and the return should have been, if we go 5, 4, 5, return, because I did a go sub look, line 20, go sub 500. So it went to 500, but it didn't ask it to return. So it just went there and didn't come back. Now I'm going to have to put something else in there as well, because obviously when the bird is flying, it's going to read all that data statement again, and it's going to go give us an error saying it's out of data or something like that. So if I just put 90, stop for now. So when it's finished the 4C next loop, it will just stop. So now let's run it, and we should get a flying bird going across the screen. Wow, and it's moving a little bit too fast. So let's slow it down a bit. I'm going to slow it down with some sound. And we'll put some more sound in there. Hopefully this will slow it down so at least we can see the wings moving. All right, let's see what happens now. There you go. That's better. So let's change that stop statement. Let's put go to 30. And it'll just keep repeating it now because I've asked to do a go to. So yeah, I've slowed it down using sound, which is a good way of slowing stuff down actually, rather than trying to put a pause in there or another 4 next loop. If you can slow it down by doing something else, then go for it, you know. So there you go. Got a little bird flapping across the screen. Now what could we do with this? Let's stop that annoying noise a minute. What could I do with this? Maybe we could make a game. Well, I have made a game. Because you know when I do these videos, I can't help myself. I've got to make something with it. It's okay just making a bird flying across the screen, but let's do something with it. So I've made a game. So I'm going to take you to that now. So it's called Bird Strike. A flock of seagulls are flying over an airport. Shoot the birds. Miss 10 equals tank lost. So you lose a life. 5 shots, then reload. Do not shoot a plane. Z left, M right, N fire, or Kempstone joystick. So I'm going to use my joystick, or my joypad I should say. And you'll see there on the front screen I've got the bird moving. So I introduced him on the intro screen as well. Beat the high score. So let's have a look. Welcome to Magenta Airways. Score 500 to make safe. So there's my little airport scene. As you can see, I've got the bird going. And the object of the game is I'm the little yellow tank at the bottom of the screen. And I've got to shoot the birds. If I miss 10 birds, I lose a life. If I shoot one of them planes, like that, I lose a life as well. Score 500, I complete the game. Now it's asking me to reload. I only get 5 shots, then I've got to go and pick up the little red missile there so that I've reloaded. And carry on shooting the birds. So, as you can see as well, the tank, when it moves, I've got him bouncing up and down, using the same technique as I showed you to move the bird wings. So, I'm going to make this little game available on itch. The aeroplane movement is just a simple step counter, x equal x plus 1. Or in this case it would be -1 because it's going the opposite direction. So let's have a quick look at the code. Let's change the paper colour so we can see it a bit better. So, bird shooter. It's actually called Bird Strike. I forgot to change that rem, but it doesn't matter, does it? So here we go. Here's the program. So there we are. That's what I basically just showed you with the animation. So in this case, it's saying when it's an even number, the wings have to be open. All right. And 420, when it's an odd number, the wings shut. So that's your odd there, and the other one was your even. And I've used the same technique for the tank, which I think was above line 50 somewhere. There you go, line 80 and line 90. Exactly the same process to get that tank animation going as well. Just his little turrets bouncing up and down and his wheels are squashing as he's moving. And that's all there was to it. I wanted to make some sort of shooting game, and I come up with the idea of seagulls invading an airport. So let's shoot the seagulls. So yeah, that's it. It's a little tiny game that I've made. I say tiny, there's quite a bit to it actually. But yeah, I'll make it available on my itch account. So yeah, there you go, Bird Strike. Little video using that animation technique that I've showed you. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I've learned something from it. And I'll see you on the next one. As always, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon.